Nick, has anyone ever walked down a street toward you?
Yes.
Seen
yes.
you,
Whatever he's about to say. Yes.
Seen you
And crossed the street.
and immediately turned the other way.
Not turn the other way, but well, no, that's not true. Yeah, all the time.
Happens all the time.
All the time.
Happens every day.
All the time.
Right?
Yeah, I will.
Good question, Subby.
Yeah, I'll approach somebody for whatever, and they will immediately get nervous.
And that's especially true when the wind is blowing from you into the guy coming down the street.
The best place is elevators, especially, and I feel bad because if it was my daughter, I'd be a little bit worried. If my daughter was in an elevator with a dude like me that looked like me, I'd be a little bit worried.
She's coming out pregnant.
At least, yeah.
At least pregnant.
But elevators are interesting places because people get really nervous for some reason.
You think you're going to blow it up or something?
Nervous in elevators.
He's got a bomb on him.
Elevators are perhaps the most unnatural environment on the surface of the earth.
Oh, yeah.
Lock yourself in a little moving box.
Other than subways.
And going up, subways are.
Yeah.
But I don't do subways, so I don't know. I can't imagine them being as bad as that. Subways are bigger than elevator cars.
Yeah, subways have a really interesting thing about them. So this was years ago, the last time we were in Brooklyn. Kathy and I went a few days early because I'd never been in New York, so we went like 3 days early,
right?
And just hung out in New York City. Decided not to rent a car or anything. We're just going to do the subways.
That's what we did
just
too.
like normal shit, right?
Be like New Yorkers.
We're going to be like New Yorkers, right? But this is the one of the biggest cities in the world. You know, you're surrounded by people 24/7, and they all typically act like they are the epitome of human civilization, right?
Yes.
So we're in a nice Airbnb. I walk in, the doorman greets me. He's very nice, all great. We get in the elevator, or I get into the elevator. There's a woman in there, younger woman. She looks up, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" And she looked at me like I told her to get on her knees and.
New Yorkers do not like you talking to them.
She looked at me and gave me this look like, what the fuck are you doing talking to me?
Are you addressing me for?
Didn't say anything and then looked back at her phone. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then you get on the subway and you're surrounded shoulder to shoulder to people. And
you're not supposed to talk to anybody.
Well, it's not even that. People don't acknowledge that anybody else exists.
Yeah.
And you have to live that way.
So fucking weird.
You've got to live that way.
There's too many people to have to interact with all that.
Right.
I guess it's just a defense mechanism.
Very weird.
When we
Very
were
weird.
staying in Brooklyn, there was a bagel place within walking distance. So we were there for 4 or 5 days. So every morning I'd go there, and I'd walk in with a smile on my face.
Oh, they don't want to see that shit.
Oh no! I was like, "How y'all doing?" And then they just stare
what the
at
fuck
you
is
like,
wrong with you?
"What the fuck, man?
What mental hospital?
Why do you care how I'm doing?"
It's so bizarre.
Whenever we went to the subway one night,
how is that any of your business? How I'm doing.
One of our subway experiences.
Man.
I think it was day 2 that we were there, and we're about to get onto a car, and as the door opens, there's 2 guys fist fighting, like literally throwing. And of course, there's a girlfriend, because a fist fight is anything without a woman screaming in the background. So she's yelling at us because we're not getting in the middle of this fist fight to break it up. Oh no, I'm not getting stabbed.
Yeah.
No.
Join us next time on Starting Strength Radio for our next and most important and very, very up-to-date paper Q&A, where we read your cables on the air, your tranche of cables that you have cabled to us to ask us questions. And we'll explain about the tranche of cables thing on the podcast. If that piques your interest, join us on the next Starting Strength Radio.
It's gonna be